already turn away at least 100 a year. So we get the magazine and we look at it in print, and we are number 5 in the nation, which is incredible. So we're like, well, how do these artists judge these festivals? You know, is it the beautiful weather, Southern hospitality? It's on reported artist income, which blows me away. I mean, these other festivals, Chicago, New York, Illinois, they're big city festivals, and it says on there, Kentucky Festival of the Arts, Northport, Alabama. Wow. So there's another mayor across the river. His name is Mayor Maddox, and he talks all the time about experience economy, experience economy, experience economy. Well, have I mentioned that we have one of the top experiences here in Northport, Alabama, number 5 in the nation, in fact.
Did you tell Mayor Maddox we talking about the annex in Tuscaloosa? Did you tell him?
Not yet.
Okay.
So where can more be spent, more money on arts and culture? Well, you know, people have been talking about a pedestrian bridge. This one is in Turtle Bay in California. It's an actual real sundial. It tells the time of day when the sun is shining. I've heard a lot of us say, wouldn't it be nice? Of course, it would take millions in private investment. So I'm not here today to ask y'all to do this. But why wouldn't we do something like the Sundial Bridge or the Lucky Knot Bridge in China? This is an actual pedestrian bridge. You can see there are people walking on it. Of course, I'm sure those were models who posed, but look at the Lucky Knot in China. Or why wouldn't we do beautiful colored mosaic steps? All of this is art. Art can be anywhere. And then there's projection art. You know that old silo that's down by the river that's just sitting there? That would be the coolest spot for some projection art. So we do have an experience economy in Northport, and I'm inviting y'all to join us for our next art night. It's September the 6th. A real popular festival artist who does these dragons coming out of eggs will be there. His name is Dennis Thompson, and we have music by Angela and the Abel Brothers, and a special exhibition of our youth's workshop this summer. In fact, my grandson will have a piece of work. So Tuscaloosa, they get an A+ in sports, even though we just did have some statewide championships. But Northport, you get an A+ in the arts, and it's because of not only your support, but the people before us who came, who sit in those chairs, and we just really want to thank you very much.
Thank you, Amy. Item 7A1 is unfinished business. It's a second reading of an ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 5121 Northwood Lake Drive West. Mr. Stevens.
Yes, sir. This is the one that was on the previous council agenda. The council gave us a little bit more time to contact and speak with the owner. I visited with the owner. He signed an affidavit just acknowledging that he's aware of what's going on and the demolition that's imminent. So there's no problems with having the second reading now.
All right. Thank you, Scott. So by ordinance, we'll have to open the floor for a public hearing on this agenda item. So I hereby open the floor. If there's any citizen wish to speak for or against this particular demolition, again, second reading, floor is open. All right, hearing none, I hereby close the public hearing. Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance ordering the demolition of an unsafe structure located at 5121 Northwood Lake Drive West?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Second item is a second reading of an ordinance accepting maintenance for municipal public improvements on sidewalks in Hidden Meadows Phase 4. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. This is your second reading on this agenda item. It is only for Phase 4 of Hidden Meadows. Engineering staff has looked at it. We do recommend that you accept for maintenance.
Thank you. Is there a motion accepting that resolution for maintenance?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
New business 8A1 is a first reading of an ordinance annexing approximately 18 acres located at the southwest corner of Highway 69 North and Mid-Layer Road. Mr. Stevens.
Yes, sir. Like you said, this is at the corner of 69 Mitt Larry. The Planning Commission heard it at their last meeting and recommended favorably to annex the 18 acres.
All right, thank you. Is there a member of council wanted to offer that for a first reading?
I'll offer that up for a first reading.
Thank you. That's offered up by Councilman Davis. Second item is a first reading of an ordinance rezoning approximately 4.34 acres located at the southwest corner of Highway 69 North and Mid-Layer Road. Mr. Stevens.
Yes, sir. This is the same location as the property previously discussed. It's a smaller portion that'll be rezoned. Initially, when we annex property into the city, it comes in at AG agricultural. The request here is to rezone the approximately 4 acres from that AG to C3 general commercial. It received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission.
All right, thank you. Is there a member of council wanted to offer that for a first reading?
I'll offer that up for a first reading.
That's offered up by Councilman Davis. Third item is a first reading of an ordinance authorizing the conditional use approval for a mini warehouse located at the southwest corner of Highway 69 North and Mid-Layer Road in a specific C3 zone. Mr. Stevens.
Yes, sir. This will be at the location previously discussed to be rezoned to C3. It's conditional use approval request for a mini warehouse or mini storage. It was presented to the Planning Commission and they made a favorable recommendation to council.
All right, thank you. Is there a member of council wanted to offer that for a first reading?
I'll offer that up.
That's offered up by Councilman Davis. 8B1 is a resolution appointing a member to the Black Warrior Waste Authority. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. Actually, this resolution would reappoint Ms. Brooke Starnes to the Black Warrior Solid Waste Authority. The term would expire in December 31st, 2023.
All right, is there a motion to adopt that ordinance reappointing Ms. Brooke Starnes to the Black Warrior Solid Waste Authority? Term will expire December of 2023.
Motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 2 is a resolution authorizing our mayor's office to execute an agreement with the Alabama Department of Transportation for signal upgrades and operation and maintenance for Alabama Highway 69 at County Road 62, which is Union Chapel Road. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yes, sir. This upgrade work actually pertains to the upcoming project that will be under construction that realigns Union Chapel Road with Alabama Highway 69. By allowing the mayor to enter into this agreement, it would allow ALDOT to go ahead and move forward with the necessary upgrades and improvements to the signal system.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to adopt that resolution?
Move to approve.
That's a motion by Councilman Sullivan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Third item is a resolution authorizing a special permit for the 2018 Kentuck Arts Festival. Ms. Hoffman.
Yes, this resolution will grant a special permit to the Kentuck Association for the 2018 festival, which is on October 20th and 21st for the sale and consumption of alcohol.
All right. Is there a motion to adopt that resolution?
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
No.
Motion carries, Mr. President.
Item 4 and 5 has been deleted. Item 6 is a resolution authorizing agreement with our Northport Fire and Rescue Services and Physio Control for extended services of our Life Pack 15 units. Chief Marshal.
Yes, sir. This coincides with consent item 8C17, which is included in our capital budget. This would allow us to add this life pack to our current service contract with Physio Control for our life pack.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to adopt that resolution authorizing the administrator to enter into an agreement with the city, fire rescue, and physio control for extended service life pack 15 and authorizing his office to approve the necessary purchase recs and agreements for those Life Pack 15s?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 7 is a resolution authorizing an agreement with SiteMed for firefighter physicals. Chief Marshal.
Yes, sir. This coincides with our approved budgeted item 8C16. This will allow SiteMed to perform physicals for our firefighters.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Make that motion.
Motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second? I'll make that in a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
8 item is a resolution appointing member to the Zoning Board of Adjustments. Mr. Stevens.
Yes, sir. One of our supernumerary members of the Zoning Board of Adjustment moved out of county, creating a vacancy. Before you is a resolution to appoint Ernest Tony O'Rourke to fill that position. I don't know if he's in the audience.
Here he is.
But he's been recommended to fill that position and has agreed to serve in that position.
All right, thank you, Scott. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution appointing Mr. Ernest O'Rourke as a supernumerary member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. I'll second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 9 is a resolution appointing member to the Historic Preservation Commission. Mr. Stevens.
Yes, sir. We also have a few vacancies on the Historic Preservation Commission. This first one before you is to consider appointing Mr. Chuck Gurdeau to fill one of those vacancies. He previously served on the Historic Preservation Commission.
All right. Is there a motion to approve that resolution appointing Mr. Chuck Gurdeau to the Northport Historic Preservation Commission?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hogg. Any questions or comments? You do have some experience in historical preservation, correct? Okay, a little bit. All right. All right, hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 10 is a resolution appointing a member to the Historic Preservation Commission. Mr. Stevens.
Yes, sir. This is a resolution will fill another vacancy on the Historic Preservation Commission. It's been recommended to appoint Mr. John Gordon to fill that position.
All right, John's in the audience. Is there a motion to approve the resolution appointing Mr. John Gordon to the Northport Historic Preservation Commission?
I'll make that motion.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Hogg,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item C is our consent agenda. We have quite a few items. They range from minutes of the previous meeting, bill listings, travel and training, PO requisitions for our PD, of course, and fire and rescue, as Chief Marshall cited, some reference consent agenda items. Also, the MLK improvement invoices from Burt Kleinpeter, as well as the Union Chapel road project invoices as well as on here. Charlie Shirley Road improvement invoices as well. All those are up for consideration. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed?
Move to approve.
That's a motion by Councilman Sullivan. Is there a second? I'll second that. Any questions or comments?
Keep in mind, I say I missed the pre-meeting, you also had to spend some money today.
Well, I think they say, no, I won't say what they say.
Don't, just keep in mind, Union Chapel and Charlie Shirley, anything expensed out there will be reimbursed through the Tuscaloosa County Road Commission, as well as a lot of the items on here, what we discussed during our budget, as far as the capital budget, the items are being voted on today, so the employees or department heads can move forward with those purchases.
All right, thank you. Had a motion by Councilman Sullivan, second by Councilman Logan. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 9, reports of special committees to council. If any member of the council or mayor's office wanted to give a report of their respective committees at this time.
Can say that on the retail committee, if everyone saw that the old Payless shoe store building has been demolished west, and Checkers is working hard to get that area cleaned up and ready to go. They're hoping by late September, early October to have those fries in the grease, so won't be long. And we also have some other items that the retail committee is currently working on that we will be getting back to the council with. City Administrator's office very soon with.
Also, too, Jeff, retail committee, I wanted to hit on the construction on the Harbor Freight's going really well. So,
Good.
it's really good. All right, any member of council want to give their respective committee update?
We'll have the budget for consideration. It obviously has to be passed in September, depending on how we move our meetings around due to the Labor Day coming up. We'll determine whether that's pushed a week or not, but just know we're working on that. The 8th or 9-month budget that we're currently operating on, we've been staying within our means. It's been very helpful. It's going very well. Certainly appreciate all the staff's work on that. And like I said, as soon as we get some more detailed, when we'll have the budget completed, we'll get with everybody and we'll have to have a work session. We'll go through it like we've done all the ones in the past. So we're getting closer.
All right, thank you. Item 10, public hearings. We have none on the agenda. Item 11, city administrator's business. Mr. Higginbotham.
Sir, as Councilman Sullivan referenced, we do need to discuss the September meeting dates. The first meeting in September currently falls on Labor Day. It would be my recommendation that we look at moving it back the following week, which would be the 10th. By doing that, your next meeting is currently scheduled the 17th. If we could move that to the 24th, that would still give you 2 weeks between them. It would work fine if there's not any problems with that.
None here.
From our end, that works well from ours.
All right, so there's a recommendation from the city administrator's office to move the September meeting dates to September the 10th and September the 24th, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Pre-meeting still at 5 o'clock. Normal meetings at 6. So I'll make a motion to move the September meeting dates to September the 10th and September the 24th, 5 p.m. pre-meeting and 6 p.m. general meeting. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Higginbotham.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilman Davis,
Yes.
Councilman Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 12, departmental business. We have none on the agenda tonight. Item 13 is public comment. We have 2 citizens signed to speak, and we appreciate them. We'll try something new. Mr. Jobson, I know you're in the audience. We won't put the 3-minute clock up there. We always have to say now our comments will be limited to 3 minutes. And our first citizen is Ms. Tiny Wilson. Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Miss Tiny Wilson. It's 1703 16th Street, Northport. And my concern, I have it's a lot beside my house. And I've been trying to get I've been calling, trying to get someone to get this man, whoever owned it. I don't know who owned the property, but I've been calling and trying to see what he cut it. And all I get is that we're sending him letters. So he have cut it one time this year, so you can imagine how it look now. But then I'm having a problem. The trees have grown up so tall on the fence part, and the grass is tall, and my yard man has seen a snake, and raccoon have been on my house, coming out from over there where all those bushes are. Cut a hole, now I gotta try to fix it. And so before I fix my top, I need to know what can you do? Because there's no use to fixing the top when you still have the same things out there crawling around. And the wildlife man came up there and he said it was a raccoon, so he put a trap on top of the house and caught 2 of them. So you see, that's where the hole came in. So now, still the man cutting the yard, cutting his property, he moved some U-Hauls right along the fence and all that grass. So he's not intending to cut nothing. So I'm saying now, if it's any way, I don't know what can be done, that if the city can go on and cut it and send him a bill instead of sending him a letter. And that way, he'll answer that, and he'll do something about it. So if it's any way fixed that someone can get something done and try to eliminate all this problem that I'm having, and it's been a long time, and every time I talk to somebody, we gonna send him a letter. So he sent letters, he sent somebody that cut one time, and I asked a young man, whoever cut it, I said, did he tell you to cut the bushes? He said, no. I said, well, can you call him? He said, no. He said, but I'll tell him. He never sent nobody out there. So the bushes don't grow up so high. I can't go out on my back because the mosquito will eat you up. So I just always go out the front, and when I go, I just go in my car, then they come in when I open the door. So I'm having a problem now. I don't know how to get it eliminated because I'm about tired now. I've tried all I could. So instead of sending letters, if y'all can really do that for me, send him a bill and let the city cut it and send him a bill, and I guarantee he'll answer it.
Hey, Ms. Wilson, thank you so much. I guess you left a message for me, and I actually called Tripp Summerlin. I guess he manages that car lot, but he may not own the property. Dr. Waits may own the property.
He does,
Yes, ma'am. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, and I know, Mayor, you're gonna chime in for a minute. We still need to get Dr. Waits to get the property cleaned up a little bit, especially on the fence line, because I know exactly what you're talking about, because they don't cut it anymore. All right. And Mayor, you were gonna say something. I want to cut you off.
Well, I think I've talked with you,
Yeah,
and
I've called many
and I
times.
finally found out who does own the lot. Actually, Dr. Waite's son owned it, and then he
Passed away.
passed
Passed
away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I assume that Dr. Waite's inherited his son's
Yeah.
property, but he needs to be a responsible citizen, and he needs to do what is right. I agree that sending him a letter, if that hasn't worked, then maybe we need to send him something else a little stronger.
A bill, because if he don't answer letters, seem like
Mhm.
to me he doesn't. He don't pay that no attention. But then because it's nothing else I know to do. Right?
We'll call Dr. Waits. We'll call him personally, and we got to get that done, because
Ron, is there some way we can put a little more pressure on him?
Well, I appreciate whatever you can do because I don't know nothing else to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The son passed away, and Dad took back ownership. Yes, ma'am. Second citizen, Mr. Woodrow Washington. Hey, Woodrow, please state your name and address for the record.
It's Woodrow Washington, it's at 3725 28th Avenue, Northport. And today I just want to come in and cordially invite everybody to the Robert Hatson Center. On September the 4th, we have our kickoff party for our tutoring and GED program. I have a bunch of these in the back, so anybody who don't have them, I'll pass them out to you. What we done, we partner up with the Culver House School of Accountancy, and they'll be offering free GED exam prep, computer classes, tutoring for the youth. And the days that's for the GED class will be Monday and Tuesday, 5:30 to 7. And for the computer class, it's Monday through Tuesday, 5:30 and 7. And that's adults. So the computer class is mainly for the adults. Youth tutoring would be Tuesday, Thursday. On the paper, it says 6 to 7:30, but really we're gonna have a 1 to 5 to 8 o'clock. So
5 to 8
5 to 8 o'clock.
on youth.
But yes, sir.
Okay.
The Alabama students would be there at 6 to 7:30. They can only do an hour and a half at a time. So, but we'll have other tutors there between 5 and 8 o'clock, and we're trying to stay a little late for the athletes who's getting out of practice and everything. So the kickoff is going to be a real big to-do thing. It's going to be on the 4th of September at 6 o'clock. So y'all come on out, have food, fun, drinks, and everything. And I want everybody to know that the Hatson Center is for anybody and everybody. Tuscaloosa County, Pickens County, anybody. Anybody need help with tutoring, send them on. Everybody's welcome. We're also doing the senior citizen bingo. Today it's gonna be every third and fourth Monday between 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And today we had about 78 citizens there today. It was a large crowd, and we had free food for everybody, drinks, and free prizes. So you have some family and friends who have nothing to do on a Monday, and on the fourth and third Monday, please invite them out. It's people from Greene County coming, Pickens County. It was a load today, so.
Yeah.
And if anybody want to donate, like cleaning supplies, like the different prizes, like it might be paper towel, dish detergent, just different prizes for them. So, and we have different people who's feeding them every time. Trying to think anything else. And we'll soon be getting back into sports in a little bit. We didn't get a chance to do any basketball this summer, but if anybody have any questions, on the 16th of September and the 30th, we have Soul Food Sunday. And it's like a great turnout. Over 100, 150 people walk through there. And on that day, what I try to do is highlight future entrepreneurs and give them a chance to get their real business experience and just offering their food to different people. And we had a great turnout. So for September, it'll be September the 16th and September the 30th. So everybody's welcome. Like I said, the